Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me. Well, it's just putting on makeup and talking to you guys. So it's basically like a story time or a life update. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it, but I just felt like getting ready and just talking to you guys because I think it's been a while. I do talk to you on my vlogs as well. I show you everything behind the scenes. So if you're not watching my vlogs, please do. I have a whole pregnancy journey playlist and you can check it out there. I've been vlogging my first trimester as much as I can. So yeah, I'm on to my second trimester now and it's been quite a journey. So I just thought I'd like take you through some of the feelings I've been going through where I am mentally and stuff like that. It's been a while since I wanted to do this video, but finally I'm here. So let's jump in. Okay, so definitely my skin is so dry. So I'm taking the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Face Base and it's almost over. I love this stuff for the base. I think it's really, really nice. All my nails have fallen off, or I took them off yesterday actually. And I'm gonna get like really fancy over the top Christmas nails because whole year I do nude consistently. Like there's not even, just last time I went lavender, but I just do nude because I prefer it. I was thinking I'll do like some nail art, some snowman, reindeer, some stickers, like really go Christmas nails this time. And yeah, what I've been doing lately is putting on like any moisturizer or like base for the makeup, right? And then you want to put on like a Fix Plus or a setting spray, something that will just hydrate your skin further. That's a tip or trick or just like a thing I've been doing lately. I just love this. Fix Plus is so nostalgic, like the fragrance of it. It just gives that additional boost to your face. It's very important to make sure that you are prepping your skin well. I've always said that, like give it, if you're getting ready and if you have like half an hour, I feel like get ready like a little 5 minutes before so you can skin prep. I think that's really important because we rush into foundation so fast that the skin doesn't get time to settle in with the products that you use. So make sure you do that. And yeah, I have just a few new products here. I tested all of the new makeup that I have in my previous video. So check that out. I have the Live Tinted, this I wanted to try. This is the Hue Glow Dusk. And yeah, it's just basically apply to face and body for everyday moisture and glow. It's super bronze and like thick, but it's very glossy on the skin. I'm going to be using the Benefit Pore Filler Primer. Primers are everything. I just don't know how I used to do my makeup without primers. Like I have no idea whether it's hydrating primer, pore filling primer, color correcting primer. I think it's so important to prime the face. Primer ke bina mera makeup nahi hota hai. I just don't do it. So I'm gonna take the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. This is their, I think, new foundation. I love this beige cap. They just sent it recently to me. I'm in the shade 2N34Y355. I don't even know. Okay, so I'm just gonna put like a drop or two and mix it with the Hue Glow. Like mixing it with any sort of highlighter or like strobe cream just helps illuminate the foundation. And yeah, I know it's a little bit darker and deeper. It's because of the Hue Glow, but it's fine. I'm using the Makeup Forever Professional Foundation brush. I'm just gonna blend it out. See, it's like more like skin, you know, it's not thick, heavy foundation. And of course, the skin look is kind of in this year. Where do I begin? A lot of you have so many questions about me when I do AMAs, like the Ask Me Anything. I know I can understand the curiosity and where it's coming from, but it's just that, I don't know, I feel like, you know, ever since I've announced, there's just been like so many assumptions and so many discussions of my life where it's just not necessary. But yeah, I knew that this would happen when I was opening my life out to YouTube, and especially when I decided to do the whole pregnancy journey vlog. I knew people would be judgy. I don't know, just like assume too many things. Like, of course, she's this. Of course, vloggers, of course, pregnancy is difficult. What did they think? Is it gonna be rosy? I'm just like, why are you categorizing vloggers and humans separately? Like, that's how it feels, like vloggers or influencers against the world. I'm just like, why? That's not needed. I had like so many ideas of what a pregnancy should like feel like or look like. It's so different, man. Like, you know, you see the typical, like when they announce and then you see the whole fun aspect. Of course, there is a fun aspect eventually, but I didn't think it would come so later on, you know. Again, whoever I followed never really spoke about the difficulties of pregnancy. But again, every pregnancy is different. It's a very subjective journey. I know people who have had fantastic pregnancies. Like even first trimester, laga hi nahi un logo ko ke it's the first trimester. They were just enjoying their life and traveling, and it's just like there. So lucky. And some people were really struggling with complications. So many complications over complications. And here I am with a lot of like mental health problems that I never really had that occurred when I found out, you know. And that's something I absolutely did not anticipate. It's something that I know maybe physical changes, hormonal, mentally, it really took a toll on me. I just felt like I'm a new human. Like, I don't feel like me. I lost myself and I was so confused. So, like, everyone I followed, even on Instagram or vlog, yes, they did discuss that they had a difficult time, but no one really like spoke about the reality of what the first trimester would do to you mentally. And you know, you're growing a human inside. Okay, it's like a whole human being, and in the first trimester, like the baby just sucks out all the nutrients from you because it doesn't develop a placenta really quickly. Not gonna get into all of that. The first 3 months are difficult because, of course, you're like your hormones are going mad, right? It's like, what is this foreign substance in my body? And it's just like the fetus is trying to develop every possible important organ. And that's something that I just did not anticipate would be difficult. I had no one telling me about this, A. B, I didn't have anyone that was going through this that informed me about this. Maybe they didn't go through it. Who knows? I don't have a lot of mom friends as such. My peers are just getting pregnant or they just had their baby. So I'm not blaming anyone. They just didn't have that kind of experience maybe. And not many people like to share, and that's fine. But that's what I'm saying. I was so clouded with I was with confusion. I was like, what is going on? Why am I so unhappy? Why am I so sad? And there was no like direct answer to this. Like there was no reason for my unhappiness and sadness, and like I would be on the couch for days. And you could literally be like, okay, something's really wrong with her. I just did not want to talk to anyone. I was indifferent. Usually when you hear you're pregnant and if you wanted to be a mom, you'd be overjoyed, over the moon. Thoda sa to you'd be over the moon. I was just not having it. I'm just like, I don't like, no man, where am I? And for 3 months, like I tried to work the most that I could, but I was just on my couch and I did not know that version of Miles. Like a version where I didn't work and something drastically like change in my body and mental health, and I had to really do a lot of research on my own. I had to Google stuff. I had to speak to my doctor a little bit to really understand that yes, this is normal, everyone goes through it, but what are the remedies, what are the tools to deal with something like this? Just that aspect was kind of like I was feeling lost. At that point, I had a lot of like important decision making to do when it came to the company. Like I genuinely did not care about work at all because I didn't care about anything at that point. I did not want to speak to my mom. I did not want to speak to my best. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like withdrawal completely. And I was like, wait, I could not even wrap my head around that this has actually happened to me. I did not just get with the idea. I'm just like, is this really happening? Like, because you can't feel anything now in the beginning. It's just your health deteriorates completely and you don't know, there's no movement, there's nothing unless you go for a sonogram or an ultrasound and you see that movement or whatever, right? And a lot of you were asking me, and the most asked question, you didn't plan it, you never wanted kids, now how come you changed your mind? And I'm just like, I'm allowed to change my mind. Like like I said, I don't think people think we're humans and we're allowed to change our mind. However, I was 8 years ago, I'm supposed to be stagnant throughout my life. That's what people think. And I'm just like, I'm allowed to change my mind, my opinions, my beliefs whenever I want. And it came to a point where I'm just like, oh well. But yeah, I definitely realized, actually, in the beginning of the year, I realized I really wanted to be a mom. I was just like, I'm so maternal in every other way. And I just feel like I don't want to miss this. I don't know. I don't want to miss this opportunity or miss this experience. Like, you're going to get one life, and I'm just like, I do want to experience it, It's something that I think I'll be really good at. I don't know. And I can give my energy to this kid now. I don't think I would have been able to give it at like a 35. That's a personal opinion, it's a personal preference. I just wanted to be like a mom at 30, 31 max, not more than that. Because I don't know, I think it takes a lot out of your body when you're an older mom. My mom was an older mom to Jake, so it takes a lot out of you physically, and then to be there for the kid, to bathe the kid, to raise the kid, it takes a lot of energy physically and mentally to be there. And I wanted to be sort of free in my 40s. I didn't want to raise a kid at 40. I wanted to do this at 30. I wanted to be like a working young mom, and I have all this time, and energy and help around me. So that's why it's just not how you changed your mind. It's like I changed my mind, girl. It's my life. Like I can decide to do what I want to do when I want to do. And so I did it. And yes, it just, again, it felt like unreal. Even if you do plan it, don't plan it, it's just like, it's like kind of a shocker moment. Anyway, coming back, it was a lot to deal with, man. Only if you knew what I went through and what people go through. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know a lot of you, but I've read a lot of your stories after I started blogging and sharing. I've read a lot of DMs of a lot of you going through painful pregnancies, and I'm so sorry that you're going through that. Like, moms, I'm really sorry that you feel lonely, you feel isolated. It is true, you guys, you feel so isolated even with the support I have of my mom and everyone around me, my girlfriends. It just does not feel enough. I don't know, it feels like the world is one side and you're one side. So yeah, I just felt like I lost myself a lot, and I just didn't devote enough time to myself. I felt like I lost that touch of self love. I lost the touch of what I used to tell you guys about, like, choose yourself, spend time with yourself. I just got carried away in work so much. I just wanted to grow and like work and do everything so fast that I didn't even spend 1 minute with myself alone this year, like 1 minute. And you don't realize it, but then eventually it catches up to you, and you don't know who you are. You don't know anything about yourself. You can't take a decision. You're so confused. You're underconfident. And I'm just like, I'm not this girl. I'm very confident usually. I am very happy. I know what I want. And everything started to disappear because I gave other things priority over myself. And that's why I say it's so important to spend time with yourself in the mornings. It does not matter what kind of life you have, how busy you are, your work can wait. If you have to get up at like 7, get up at 6 and spend 1 hour with yourself. Like, I would recommend that. Lose 1 hour of sleep and just like be with yourself, because I feel like that time is so precious, dude. Like, after I started realizing like I'm going into a dark hole, I'm going into this dark, negative, unhappy thoughts. I was so dark, guys. At one point, I was just really, really in a dark place. And I realized I have to do something about it. I have to pick myself up. I have to go back to my journals. I have to go back to my motivational speakers. Whatever made me happy and got me joy, I needed to do that to get myself back. I stopped laughing, I stopped smiling, I stopped joking. I became a reclusive person. The Miles and everyone knows was not there. Okay, I lost it for months now. And I just started missing that girl, dude. I started missing the kind of person I was. And I had to go back to her. And so I did. I started slowly picking myself up, watching things that made me happy at one point in the lockdown. For me, it's not like meditation and stuff like that, doesn't really do much for me. I meditate in my own way. I sort of like color books. I love coloring books, and it's a sort of meditation. Meditation is basically anything that you can do without any digital presence, anything that allows your thoughts to flow without any interruption. That's sort of like a meditation. Coloring was my meditation. So I used to color for like hours. My mom moved in the middle when I was having a tough time during my first trimester, and I'm so blessed and lucky to have a mom that is constantly there for me. Like, she was, like I said, lots of support system, but still alone. So that's a feeling I was confused about. I'm like, mom's there, everyone's there. What's going on, Miles? I used to like constantly ask myself that. getting darker and darker for some damn reason. Okay, something was really off with my light. Like, it was undercharged and it was so low in brightness. I'm so sorry about that. I could feel something was off. Okay, I hope this is okay. Yes, finally it looks better. Even though I have like my mom came over and she saw how sad I was, and she just saw how I was feeling every day, and she was just like worried for me so much. And of course, when you're not allowed to work out, obviously in the first trimester, you're not allowed to go to the gym, you don't want to eat. Like, I had such a bad appetite. Oh my god. Dude, I used to eat one meal a day, that too forcefully. I threw up a collectively of 4 to 5 times in the first trimester, so it wasn't that bad. And of course, that is like your first time, it's like everyone says you go through it and it's very normal. So you had to feel it. You have to feel it and you have to let it pass. There's no like medication that'll get you okay. Yeah, you just have to allow it to be, because your hormones, there's nothing you can do about it. It's something that's going to happen and you have to wait it out. And that's the most difficult thing to do when you have so much work, when you can't just vegetate on the couch. You're a working woman, you want to just be up and about. Anyway, as the months progressed, I mean, I'm just not feeling still the best. I'm still coping mentally. It takes a lot out of you mentally. Physically to hai hi, but like I feel like mentally also you have to like really give yourself some grace. And you have to allow yourself and tell yourself it's okay that you're feeling like this. A lot of strength, self-talk, courage on your own is important. A lot of people will give you different kinds of advice. Just do what makes you happy. That's one recommendation I'll give you. Like, do what your body feels like, do what you feel like. That's it. Do your own research and you'll be fine. Eventually, it's a long, tireless period of 3 months, and you feel like this is never going to end. And once you just pass that 13 weeks, it just starts to feel better physically. I'm taking the Vizard palette. It's a neutral palette. I wanted to do like a red lip today. I was feeling red lip. Can you believe it? I just realized that it's so freaking, like I said, important to just touch base with yourself and who you are. Like, just don't let that go, man. Like, life will get in the way, work will get in the way, your partner, everyone's gonna come in the way. But if you forget yourself, if you don't spend time with yourself, you don't take yourself out, you're gonna be lost. Like, it's gonna catch up to you later. You're not gonna know now. It's gonna catch up to you later. You have to stay in touch with who you are and see where you are in life, and why is this so painful? Why is this journey so painful? Why are there some insecure thoughts in your mind? Why is it going to a dark place? Just go like inside, like, just question yourself. Ask yourself if there's anything you can do to get better. I feel like ever since I started journaling, of course, I'm much more grateful and appreciative of where I am. It's important to be that. That's why you need to write a gratitude journal every day. Be very specific about what you're thankful for, and then you will look for blessings every day. So every morning I get up and I think of 3 to 5 things that I was grateful for the previous day, no matter how shitty my day was. I'll be like, I'm grateful I had a cup of tea by myself. I'm grateful that I could eat one meal. I'm grateful that my mom came over and made this specific dish. It's like really specific things that you're grateful for. And that really helps you to put in perspective that you have some things at the end of the day. There is a ray of sunshine that comes through. It's not all bad. So I started appreciating that a little bit more. And that helped me actually to look for blessings in my day when it was so bad. Maintain a journal. I have 2 journals. One is a regular journal and one is guided journaling. Guided journaling is something that will just prompt you questions like, this week you're grateful for, how are you feeling, tell me 3 things you are excited about this year. That's like prompts, and that also helps. So, and one is just a plain book where you just write down rubbish. It doesn't have to make sense. You just write down your inner fears, your thoughts, your doubts, why you're feeling a certain way at that point. And it just helps you to vent. It's a secret journal that no one can open, and you're just like eliminating all your fears onto the page. And then you can work towards eliminating those fears. You can work towards understanding, why are you so scared of that? What is triggering those thoughts? How can you address it? What are the people that can help you come close to your victory, or reach out to people that are willing to help? Okay, don't push people away from you. There were times where I just did not want anyone around me, and then you realize you do need people. You do need your besties. You do need people to help you see the light at the end of the tunnel. So don't push them away. If you're having a bad time, if you're going through a dark phase, just reach out to them, and I promise you, you will feel better. Your girlfriends will make you feel so good. Anyone that puts your mood in a cheer, just like call them immediately, you know? So I think those things really helped me move along the way, slowly into the light. I just could not find a way to be happy, you guys. Like, I can't explain to you. A lot of people also judge a lot of moms for not being excited about their pregnancy. And it's just something that is so unfair, because if you're not going through it, you've never had a child, you've never gone through it, you don't get to have your opinion, unfortunately. Because I feel like this is such a different journey that if you never choose to go through it, you will never really empathize everything that a mom goes through. So, you know, it's not like a very, oh, I'm pregnant, I'm so happy. A lot of people are like, many people struggle to get pregnant, and you are, and here you are complaining. And I'm just like, wow, dude, wow, this is the world, this is just how it is. So yeah, of course, I am grateful. It takes time to be grateful and thankful for this journey. I can't force it, nobody can. A lot of people are thankful, a lot of people are confused. It's just too many things you have to deal with at one time. You know, like literally the like men, like the fathers go through nothing. There changes nothing. It's stagnant. Maybe a little bit of an emotional change, but there is no physical difference in a guy when his partner gets pregnant. The woman goes through like constant physically, mentally, emotionally. Oh my god, it's a roller coaster of a journey, you know. And you change, your personality changes, your decision making ability changes, and you just become a new person, and you have to be ready to embrace this new person who's coming to life, and hope that someday you'll get to your old self and you'll get to your personal traits. But this is also a change that you have to be willing to accept. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, like a really nice orangey smoky eye. अभी इस पे red lip थोड़ी जाएगा. I've gone so smoky now. Super shock shadow. I've been loving these. It fell off the pan, y'all. I don't think these shadows can take the Indian temperature, the heat of the temperature. Oh my god, it's all over my chair. Yeah, some international products just do not survive in the Indian temperature. I just found out. It's very difficult to make like glitters and blushes and stuff. Let's see. Oh, so beautiful though. It's so stunning. I just want to shed some light on this topic, and that's why I have vlogged my entire journey. You know, instead of talking, you guys can see it in action in my vlogs. It does get better for me, and I'm in a much better place physically, even mentally. I started therapy, and I am done with my second session. And it feels good to talk to someone who doesn't know anything about my life and is like non-judgmental. It's difficult to find a good therapist, but you can check out Therapize. It's a website where they will connect you with the therapist of your dreams, and it takes 2 to 3 tries. Okay, like make sure you don't give up. I did try therapy, and I did not like it initially, and I just gave up, which is so sad. But I think once I went into this dark place, I started noticing a lot of different feelings and baggages coming to life, which I was like, I need to address this professionally because it's never going to leave me. Okay, I'm trying the L'Oreal Profound Black Gel Intensa eyeliner, and it's so good. So, yeah, I thought, you know what, it's time that I address these feelings because I need to heal before my baby comes, or just heal in general for myself so I can be better for myself, my relationships, and my baby. I feel like, you know, I just want to do a few sessions before I make up my mind about, you know, how I feel and everything. I definitely want to give therapy a shot, and it's been life-changing for a lot of people that I know. So yeah, I'm ready to heal. I realized there were so many past baggages and trauma that I'm carrying into my inner thought, inner core self, you know, that you don't realize. There's so many feelings that you get triggered and you react to certain things. Just think about it. Whenever your friends or partners say something, immediately you're sad, angry, or triggered, and you feel reclusive. Why are you triggered with those words and those things, those sounds? There's something that is not healed inside you that you need to address. Otherwise, it's going to become a bigger picture later on. So if there's anything that's triggering you, it's personal. It's your insecurity, it's your trauma that you're dealing with. It's not the other person. I always feel like you need to look within sometimes and see, why has that bothering me so much? Just because she said something doesn't mean it's true, but why is it triggering me? I think speaking to someone really helps you. At least I'm hoping it will help me address the problems that I never really dealt with, to be honest. I just thought it'll go away in time, but it really doesn't. It sticks around and it shows up in different ways and different relationships eventually. Let's see where therapy takes me. I'm excited for this journey. I'm continuing to do like the daily self work, and I highly recommend that you don't ignore these signs, you guys. Like, you want to live your best life every single day. You want to make sure you are healing, and especially if you're a new parent or about to become a parent, mom, dad, whatever, about to be a sibling. Please, please, please address these issues. Be open to healing as a person. It does not matter if you've not gone through anything major in your life. Everybody has something that triggers them and something that leads to a difficult time in their life, and try and address it. Speak to friends. I would recommend therapy a little bit, but just open up, talk about it. Try and do some research, understand why you're feeling a certain way, because I feel like healing is so important before you become a parent. Yeah, you don't want your baggages to pass on to your children. You don't want your abandonment issues, your money issues, your insecurities, jealousies to pass on to this kid that is so innocent and has no idea what the world is like. And then you bring on your set of insecurities onto the kid, and so on and so forth. And then it's a generational thing. You don't want that. You want to make sure you are as strong as you can be the best version of whoever that is you are. There's no perfection or perfect parent. It's no. You make mistakes, but make sure you acknowledge it, and you're on the way to self work. You're on your way to being your best self so you can show up for your kid. If you're not, so many of our parents have baggages, man. So many of our parents were unloved, were abused, were, verbally, physically abused. Mums never spoke about it. Dads never spoke about it. Dads have traumas from their dads and their parents, and it's just being passed. So we're so lucky to have the information we have today in terms of like mental health, in terms of addressing these issues openly, that we should take the initiative to do the work. If we're not going to do the work, then it's sad. It's like a potential gone waste. When you have you can just Google anything and you can just absorb the knowledge in, be aware of who you are, be aware of parenthood. There's so many things I learned online about parenting, a little bit here and there. I take what I want, I don't take what I don't want. You just discard and absorb anything you want. Yeah, just do your own thing. You know best about your journey. Just make sure you are healing. Promise me, if you want to be a parent, you will heal. You and your husband both, or you and your partner both, will be on the journey to getting rid of all the baggages that you had before. Okay, and if you remember your childhood, if you weren't loved, if you weren't paid attention to by your father or mother, if you had money issues, if you were thrown to your grandparents' house for the rest of your life, if your mother kept working, there has to be some small trauma that's in your head about it. Figure it out. Okay, figure it out. You want to be a well-rounded, healed, happy mom, happy dad that brings this kid into the world. And I think so many of our parents, if they healed, if they just went through that journey, we'd be so different today. We'd be so much more secure as a person. So that is my goal, is just to focus on self. Okay, I put myself and then everything else and everybody else. And it's not a selfish move. It's a very selfless move. It's a move that's going to change the course of your life. Like, people take healing too lightly. It's like a very underrated subject. Like, only if something massive happens to you, there's a death in the family, if you were abused verbally, physically, those are big T traumas. Those are traumas you have to walk through. But there are small underlying traumas that happen to a lot of us that we don't even talk about. Bullying in school is a form of trauma. Being like pushed over, being abandoned by your best friend all of a sudden, ex-boyfriends, so many things that you deal with, and you just push it aside, hoping that it would eventually go away. But it doesn't. It sticks around unless you're willing to heal and open about it, okay? Man, only you can come out of this. Only you are the freaking captain of your ship. You get to steer it where you want to steer it, and you get to lead it in any direction you want to do, okay? It's your life. It's your life. You get to take charge, and you decide today. Your decisions will shape the rest of your life, okay? And take your time. Don't be in a rush. Just go through life every day. Feel your feelings. Don't get rid of your feelings. If anybody makes fun of you for crying, for being sensitive, that's their prerogative. You don't have to bother about anyone else's feelings. You feel your feelings, feel them, write them down, go through the journey, be confident, be self assured, no matter what people say today, that you are not affected. Okay, and I think it's important for you to get there. If you're a mom, not a mom, doesn't matter. If I didn't do the self work, if I didn't have the knowledge, the awareness of what darkness looks like, I would have been so far off right now. I lost love for everything. I lost love for my job. I lost love for people. I lost love for myself for sure. I just did not recognize. I used to not look at myself in the mirror, dude. Like I don't know what I looked like for the longest time. I was ungroomed, unshaven, no makeup. I didn't care. I didn't care. And I'm not saying just the first trimester. I just gave up on myself this year. And that showed up for me badly. It showed up for me at the end of the year. It's like, girl, you didn't take care of yourself. You have to do the work. Start from ground zero. As much as everybody else is important to you in your life, and your parents and your partner and your children, and you are the most important person in your life. And when that ship drowns, dude, if you see any of your friends in a difficult spot, if you don't recognize who they're becoming, something's up. Because a lot of people don't have awareness and acceptance of something's wrong with me. Like, no one will admit that something's up. It takes a really, really aware person to know that, wow, I'm going into a deep spot. People just allow themselves to go into that deep abyss. It just feels you're shutting the world out, and it feels good in that dark space. But I don't want you to do that, okay? I want you to be strong. I have so much healing to do. Yup. Mix of pregnancy hormones, I guess. It's a lot. Hey, my concealer. It's okay. This is not going to be the most pretty makeup look, but it's a makeup look. Yeah, so, yeah, it's just things you gotta work through, man. It's like, it's not easy being like in the public eye, and then people know me as a very happy-go-lucky like girl, and which I am. Like 90% of the time, I'm like the happiest girl because my life's awesome. Like I've been through so much shit that like my life could not be better. But like people don't get it. Like sometimes I think there's like so much judgment around social media personalities, and it's like, yeah, we don't have a heart, we don't have a life, we don't have feelings, we don't have people around us. They just assume us to be like this picture perfect like person of something that can like never go wrong. But we do have a life, we have emotions, we have baggage, past feelings and trauma that comes alive when you give up on yourself. And it's just something that you have to go through. And for people to realize that, hey, you know what, even though I need to be faced in front of the camera constantly every day, even now, and my emotions get the best of me like they do today, this is still what I love to do. Like I would never quit just because I'm sad. I do take time off. I didn't do anything for the first 3 months. I just did whatever content I had to do for paid promotions, because there's some things you just cannot back out of. But apart from that, I didn't do much. I was very out of stories, very out. I took my time, yeah. Like, take your time to heal, dude. Take a leave of absence from work if you can't work. You do not have to force yourself into doing anything you don't want to. Take that self time to heal. If you don't heal, man, Like, I think the word of the year for me is heal. It's like such a strong word that is so underestimated. um so yeah, breakdowns come to me easily. I have a long way to go. I felt like I had to start from scratch this year, and I'm okay doing that. As long as I'm on the right path, I know I'm gonna get there soon. Okay, like, so even if you're alone, if you have no support, if you are just, your friends have walked away from your life because you became too much for them to handle, F that. Like, F that shit. Like, you are all you need, boss. Like, तेरे पास जितना भी support होगा ना, जितना भी support होगा, अगर if you don't love yourself, वो support का कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. Like, none of that shit matters. So just make sure you are like freaking, you're like your own freaking cheerleader. You're your own captain. You're just like, no matter if anybody stands with me or doesn't stand with me, I'm gonna make sure like I pave the way for healing, and I'm a much better person every single day of my life, because this is not the life I chose. Okay, I chose a life of abundance. I chose a life of happiness. I chose a life of love and fulfillment, and never, never let that go away from you. If one thing you can take away from this video is just heal, man. Do the job, do the work, do the self work. Yeah, so I haven't had time to think whether it's going to be a girl, boy, whether, what to. I shopped for a few things for sure. I got the baby lots of stuff, but it's not my priority. The things people do when they're pregnant, get some stuff, get shopping, do the nursery. Like, I have not done any of the traditional things because I'm too caught up in my own life to do any of it and to be present, to think of the baby and all of that. I'm just like, the time will come. I'm just going to use this highlighter. I think it's dark. I'm using the Cali Contour Smashbox palette. Pay attention to yourself, yeah. This blush is so beautiful. It's the Huda Beauty blush. It's got like, it's illuminating. It's not a matte blush. It's a Proud Pink cheeky tint. It's gorgeous under bare skin and on top of makeup. It's like, it's got this illumination, which I really like. It just looks very nice and plump. Should I try, or? Gosh, it's a bit much, I think. But let's try. Lovely lip liner, dude. This is from Citizen Cosmetics Lip Stroke in the shade Zevin. You get this on the Cross Border store on Nykaa. They're available on the Cross Border store. They're a UAE brand. And so soft. So soft. 626 from Dior. Wow, the lip liner matches perfectly with this color. But it's not for me. I don't know. It's cute, actually. It's not bad. It's not that bad. It's actually nice. I've not like overdone my eyes. Screw it, it's makeup. Let's do red lip. I've not done red lip in so long. Forget it. Who cares? Be kind to people, man, who are trying to do a good job, or any job, just trying to survive and exist. And just love and be there for moms, be there for like people online, support them, love them. The more love you put out in the world, the more love you're gonna get back. By being bitter, you're not gonna achieve anything in life. You're just gonna hurt the other person. Do you want to be the person to hurt another person? Why would you want that? Alright guys, so that's all I have for you. I just put my head back, my oily little greasy hair back. But yeah, today was literally like not about the makeup. I just wanted to sit and talk to you guys about where I've been and just a life update situation. I am doing fine now. Trust me, that little breakdown was something I get very often. So that's why I am on the path of healing and just getting myself to a place where I am so much better. Who doesn't want to feel good, dude? I don't want to stew in this. I don't want to sulk. And neither should you. If you're going through something, you should not be in that place. You should work towards getting to a brighter future and brighter tomorrow. Thank you so much for hearing me out, and I'm so grateful for your support, your advice. I read it all. Even though I don't respond, I do read your comments. And I love you so much. And yeah, hope to see you in my next video. Please don't forget to watch my pregnancy journey, because I'm still vlogging behind the scenes, and that way you see like the real life, like everything that I put out there apart from this setup. So yeah, thank you. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.